And welcome to episode 4 of the Halifax Regional Arts Virtual Kitchen Party. Episode 4, A New Hope, which is not only a Star Wars reference, but also a reference to our feature teacher interview with Hope Moen later in the broadcast. We got a lot of great stuff coming up, some larger segments this time, and although we're in person, although we're all in lockdown as opposed to in person right now, we're really glad to connect with you out online. We've got some stuff that comes from within the lockdown and some stuff from before the lockdown. And let's cut to my co host, Maria, and she can tell us a little bit more about what we're going to see on the show this evening.
I'm muted. It's got to be the catchphrase of 2020 and 21. Welcome. It's so great to have you back. We're so looking forward to our show this evening. It's the fourth virtual kitchen party. And as Gus mentioned, there has been a lot of changes happening in Nova Scotia recently. So we're so grateful that we can still connect over this platform and showcase the continual awesome things that the students in HRCE are doing. So we have quite a lot for you coming up. Every show we ask, we're like, is there dance? Or no, there's no dance today. We'll get that one day, but we ask for art and drama. So we're so looking forward to being able to share some art and drama with you. And music certainly won't disappoint as well. You'll be treated to some wonderful singing, some strings, some fiddling, a wonderful interview with a music teacher. That's later, as Gus mentioned, and a recap of a really interesting intergenerational program that some students participated in. So we're really looking forward to things. We will kick it off with the virtual vocals. They are back on the kitchen party, and Virtual Vocals is part of Halifax Regional Arts Music East, but they feature students from all over the HRCE. They're directed by Melissa Hardery and accompanied by Cynthia Davies. And the virtual ensemble that you'll see put all together is by June Rigdon. They'll be singing Child of Tomorrow, and I think that's so fitting for the title of being Hope. So what a beautiful way to start us off. Here they are.
Child of tomorrow, look now and see. This world awaits you and all that to be. Yours are the heavens and yours are the seas. Child of tomorrow, go forth and follow your dreams.
It's great to have them on again and bring a smile to our faces. Beautiful work, and it's great that these online choirs can happen during this time. And Melissa and Cynthia are fantastic. Got to give a huge shout out to June Rigdon, though, who puts a lot of effort into all the layering of those videos. You might not realize computers weren't really I've yet to see an actual program to help you assemble these things yet. It's a lot of work. So that is fantastic. Okay, next on the program, we have a really cool project coming from the fine arts people. So Jonathan Grady sent this in. He's one of HRA's many fine arts coordinators, and this one is a collaboration. What you're going to hear first is a student from elementary, and I believe they introduce everybody in the thing. So you're going to hear a student from elementary read her story, and then you're going to hear some high school students dramatize it for a radio play version of it. So it's really fantastic to hear how this adaptation goes down. I'm sure the next adaptation will be on Netflix. So here we go, and as soon as I get everything ready to cut, here we go.
Welcome to Written by a Kid, audio dramatizations of stories written by students in grades 3 and 4 at Robert Kemp Turner Elementary School.
And transformed into radio plays by students in the Drama 11-12 class at Coal District High School.
In this episode, we hear from Claire.
And now sit back, relax, and get ready for
The Cowgirl.
My name is Claire. The title of my story is called The Cowgirl. Once there was a cowgirl. She has brown hair and green eyes. She has jeans, shiny shoes, and a black and white shirt. She also loves horses so much. Her barn is red and white. She has buckets of food and stalls. The cowgirl can smell the horse food and hear the horses. And every day she would go see her 2 horses named Buttercup and Eve. Buttercup is a boy and 13 years old. Eve is a girl and 15 years old. Buttercup and Eve love the barn because the barn has a lot of hay and food to taste. Until one day they had to go to a big show for horses. Sometimes the jumps are dangerous. The cowgirl fell off Buttercup and broke her leg. She had to go to the hospital and get crutches. When they were at the show, Buttercup knew that the cowgirl was so happy. So Buttercup went fast, and then she fell off Buttercup. Because of that, some of the jumps were dangerous in the show. The cowgirl wanted the show to be dangerous too. In that moment, the cowgirl went home with a bad leg and a sad frown. She heard horses crying so much. Because of that, the horses felt so bad for the cowgirl. When she fell off of Buttercup, Eve rushed to the hospital to go see the cowgirl and make her happy. Because of that, Eve went to the hospital and made some cupcakes. The cupcakes were vanilla with pink and blue sprinkles on top. The cupcake smelled so good. Until finally the cowgirl was good again and went home. Eve and Buttercup and the cowgirl fed them. Then the food tasted very good and smelled good too. When they were done eating and drinking, the horses took a nap. Ever since then, the cowgirl got her cast off. She had some water that tastes good. Then she rode Evie in a safe way. She did not fall off. The end.
This is The Cowgirl by Kaylin George Wegner, based on a story by Claire. This is a story about Claire the cowgirl. She has brown hair and green eyes. She has jeans, shiny shoes, and a black and white shirt. She also loves horses so much.
Oh, I just love horses. I love them so much. They're my favorite thing.
Her barn is red and white. She has buckets of food and stalls.
I love the smell of horse food, and I love hearing the horses.
And every day she would go steer 2 horses named Buttercup and Eve. Buttercup is a boy.
Nay.
And 13 years old. Eve is a girl.
Oh!
And 15 years old.
Oh, hay. Hay. This kind of hay is definitely my favorite. It's yours too, nay?
Oh, yes, it tastes so good.
Delicious.
But don't forget this water. It's just as good.
Oh, yes, it is. Of course.
I love the barn.
Me too.
Until one day, they had to go to a big show for horses.
Mom!
Sometimes, the jumps are dangerous. Some of the jumps were dangerous in their show. The cowgirl wanted the jumps to be dangerous too.
All right, Buttercup, when you get to the ultra mega super high jump over there with huge spikes on it, I want you to go as fast as possible.
What? I don't think that's a good idea.
Come on, Buttercup, we gotta show them that those jumps don't scare us.
I don't know.
Trust me, it'll be fine. You can do it. It would make me very happy.
Oh, all right.
Next up, Claire the cowgirl with her trusty steed, Buttercup.
Whoa! Ow!
The cowgirl fell off Buttercup and broke her leg.
My legs, they hurt so bad.
She had to go to the hospital and get crutches.
Ow! Ouch! Ugh, ouch!
In that moment, Claire the cowgirl went to the hospital with a bad leg and a sad frown. She heard her horses crying so much.
I feel absolutely terrible.
You know, I feel just awful too. Oh!
She was so happy. I just wanted to make her even happier and win the competition by going super fast.
I know, Buttercup.
A boo-hoo. A boo-hoo-hoo. A boo-hoo.
Cheer up, Buttercup. I have an idea.
You do?
Yes, we can still make her happy. Come on, follow me.
Eve rushed to the hospital to see the cowgirl and make her happy.
I think this is the way the ambulance went.
Look, there's the hospital where Claire is.
Let's go in.
Wait. What if they won't let us in?
Oh, don't be so shy, Buttercup. I'm sure everyone there is very nice.
Oh, okay.
This person at the desk looks smart. She might be able to help us. Hello, we're looking for Claire, our cowgirl. Have you seen her?
Why, yes, she's just in the room over there.
Thank you very much.
So nice of you horses to come by and visit. She's very lucky to have such thoughtful horses like you.
Gee, that's real nice of you to say. Have a great day.
You too.
See? Wasn't she nice?
Yeah,
I told you they'd be nice.
there she is.
Hi, Buttercup. Hi, Eve.
Buttercup, you stay with her. I'll go make cupcakes.
Yay.
Eve walked into the next room, which just happened to be a kitchen.
Those cupcakes smell so good.
Nay.
Here you go. Vanilla cupcakes with pink and blue sprinkles. Just the way you like them.
These are so good.
Whoa!
They ate the cupcakes until finally the cowgirl was good again and went home with Eve and Buttercup. And the cowgirl fed them.
Man, this hay still tastes the best. Nothing can beat a good haystack.
Agreed. So refreshing. best water ever.
Agreed.
Oh,
It's been a big day.
yes, I'm feeling very sleepy.
I think I'm ready to.
Then the cowgirl got her cast off.
I think I need a glass of water. This water tastes so good. That's nice. You know, I think I've learned my lesson. No more pulling any crazy stunts. I'm gonna ride Eve and Buttercup in a safe way.
She rode her horses in a safe way.
Nay.
She did not fall off.
Nay!
The end. You've been listening to Written by Kid, radio play adaptations of stories created by students in Miss Wright's grade 3-4 class of Robert Kemp Turner Elementary School.
And reimagined as radio dramas by Miss Arsenal's Drama 11-12 class at Cole Harbour District High School.
And was recorded in December of 2020.
This is a Halifax Regional Arts production.
Awesome. Wasn't that just fantastic? I agree with Gus. That should go on Netflix, and I can't wait to hear more. I want to hear more of these stories. They're so engaging. So thank you so much for sending that in. I definitely hope we hear more from this talented group. Next up, we have a compilation of art submitted by Ardell Giza. Ardell is a fine arts specialist with Halifax Regional Arts in the Bay Area family of schools. So she works with students from many different schools, and you'll see some of the projects that they were doing before lockdown and some as they've shifted online. And so, this is wonderful. It's so great to see the art. So enjoy this beautiful artwork. Hope you enjoyed that art as much as we did. We'll move now to some music, into some fiddle tunes, and a composition. These feature both pre and post lockdown. So the first one's coming to us submitted by Laura Beth Smith, who is Kaya McKenna's teacher. And once everything had to move online, Kaya thought, okay, what can I do? I'm going to learn a song. So she's recorded and worked on this piece through this kind of online format that we've all had to transition to. And she'll be playing a traditional Irish tune called A Fig for a Kiss. And the whole family, well, her parents got involved too. So lots of fun to be had. So enjoy, and thanks so much, Kaya, for inspiring us to keep playing music and doing creative things, even as we are home and more isolated than we would like to be. Thank you so much, Kaya. My toes are tapping and I want to go dancing. So thanks for sending that in. And yeah, thanks so much. Next up, we have a group of students at Rocky Lake Elementary in grade 5. And this goes back to before lockdown when we were still in school. And around the Easter time, they were exploring harmonies. And so exploring what that would look like in a chord, in a D major chord. And so as we were exploring that, and it was just about time for break for Easter, this group of students said, hey, we want to make an Easter song. So they composed this song based on the D major chord. And each group of students, depending on the note they had, they got to make up the rhythm and were inspired by some Easter themes. So you will hear, starting off with a slow sunrise, then some hopping bunnies, some children playing, and finally a bright sun shining out from behind a cloud. Here you go. Thank you. It's always wonderful hearing students compose and be inspired. So that was great. Thank you, grade 5 students. And now we're moving over to Rocky Lake Junior High. We were just at Rocky Lake Elementary. Now we're at Rocky Lake Junior High with the grade 7s. And this again is a pre-lockdown. So we were so lucky to actually be able to record this before everything got shut down pretty quickly. So they will be playing an Irish traditional song as well called Riley's, which was originally, well, in our context, was arranged by Zav RT, and then they actually did their own arrangement. So they have arranged the tune, choosing when to play in a round, when to add drone notes, and when to add the piano accompaniment. So here you go. This is the grade 7s at Rocky Lake Junior High with Riley's.
Well, that was definitely some fantastic string stuff. And now we're going to go for something completely different. We're going to have Cav-Prov, which is Cole Harbour's improv group. Now, if you recall improv is like the jazz of the drama world. You know, musicians playing jazz, they're doing improvising around keys, chords. Whereas dramatists are going to be improvising around situations, the people around them. And this is actually their entry for the Canadian National Improv Games. So we're going to hear a story event where they ask for a prompt and create a scene. So please welcome the Cole Harbour Cav-Prov Improv Group.
And we're live at Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia for Cav-Prov CRG live taping. Up first, we have a story event. And pitching the story event is...
Julia, I'm from Cav-Prov, and for our story event, we will be asking for an adjective and a location, such as a smelly basement or a slippery temple.
All right. Cav-Prov, you asked for an adjective, and you got sparkly. You asked for a location, and you got campground. Sparkly campground. This is Cav-Prov doing their story event. They asked for a location and an adjective, and they got sparkly campground. And we will see this in an enthusiastic 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, improv.
We can smell the pine from all the trees circling the space. And we can hear the chirping of birds up on top of all the trees.
We can hear the chatter of the excited children at the campsite.
We feel the soft tent fabric of the houses they've made to sleep in tonight.
We can hear the campfire crackling.
Right this way, campers. Today we're going to learn an outdoor safety course. All right, so first thing you need to do when you're traveling through the woods to avoid animals is camouflage, which means you have to dress in earth tones so you can blend into your surroundings, like this. Where did I go? You can't find me. I could be behind you. Whoa.
No, not like this.
In the trees. In front of you. You don't know.
Broadway's camouflage would be perfect. She was a very good camp ranger, and she was very good at giving these instructions, but she had an obsession with covering her camouflage clothing in glitter.
All right, and now for my favorite part. Take the glitter, and you cover yourself in the glitter to make you look pretty. Because we may be camping, but we still have to look pretty. We are people, not animals.
But then won't you, be shiny?
Yes, obviously, that makes you look pretty.
Shiny.
But what about the camouflage?
The camouflage is still on underneath, so I can still blend in. We can still see you.
The campers were really concerned that Ronald wasn't teaching them the right stuff because when they grow up, they want to be hunters, and that's the reason why they were here.
You guys are getting really nitpicky about my course. It's just a fun camp game, and you look so pretty, and I've been doing it this way for 10 years.
But isn't the camouflage important so that you don't get, like, eaten by a bear or something?
Yeah.
And that's when the bear arrived.
Everyone, it's a bear! Quick, get in the glitter and hide! Get the glitter on you, and then run into the trees. It won't find you.
I'm not getting in the glitter.
I'm not getting in the glitter.
The campers decided to do what they've learned their whole lives to get rid of this bear instead of listening to Bronwyn.
Scream really loud. We're tiny children. Someone will hear us.
Yes.
Ah! 1 minute. 1 minute.
It's working. It's working.
Okay.
Ah! Ah!
I don't believe it. You guys, you saved my life. You were right. This glitter told the bear exactly where I was. I think it's time I hang up the glitter. Or wait, maybe it's time I hang up being a park ranger and open a jewelry store.
And so
30 seconds.
open the jewelry
30
store.
seconds.
The students became the masters, and they took over the camp. And they were next door neighbors. The jewelry store and the hunting range survival training.
And scene.
Yeah! Good job.
Thank you so much, Cav Prof. I'm always in awe because I feel like that would be super hard to just get a random object and have to, do it on the fly. So awesome. And thanks and good luck with your nomination or your submission to the competition. So it's been so great to have some drama, some radio drama and improv. And now we're going to take a turn back to some music, but in a slightly different way. So up next is a recap of a program that some students at Sunnyside Elementary were able to participate in this year. And this program also happened with some high school students earlier in the fall, but this recap will feature the program that just most recently wrapped up. So the story behind this program starts in Hamilton, Ontario, where students at McMaster University take a third-year course focusing on music, health, and community. And normally, as part of this course, they focus on intergenerational gaps, the relationships between children and older adults, and they normally do so in person, bringing children to retirement homes, and they have a whole program set up there. But this year, of course, COVID's thrown a wrench into so many things. It was impossible for their normal program to go ahead, and so they reached out to some places across Canada looking for people to collaborate with. So I feel so grateful to have heard of this opportunity and to have jumped on board with some of the string students that I teach in Nova Scotia, here in Halifax. And so we brainstormed a bit how this could translate to an online format. And automatically I could see some of the wonderful potential here, where our students really haven't had the same opportunities to share their music, to perform, to connect with others through music that we normally have. And so this has been a really, really interesting way. They had a lot of fun, learned about the wellness benefits of music, made some new friends. So you'll see all of that in the upcoming video. And at the end, you'll hear 2 solos. And those are students who have been working outside of class to work on their pieces. The first one is Duncan, and he's been learning this song. It's one of his grandfather's favorite tunes, and so he's been working hard on this for a number of months, and it's a beautiful song, and he's able to share that with both the McMaster students and the older adult community volunteers as well, and you'll hear that. And then finally, Deanna, on her own, took up the challenge of learning a minuet by Bach, and worked on that on her own outside of class, and was also able to share that with during this program. So enjoy. I hope you learned some things too.
music can do some amazing things, and it's also super important for ourselves as well. It can soothe your emotions, it can enhance your emotions, it can bring back some strong memories that you have associated with it. You play a song and suddenly you're just taken back to this other place. It can create shared experiences between people, as I'm sure you guys have lived through as you perform different songs in your class. It's creating these experiences and memories with you guys. It can also promote bonding between people. You train your brain to do things that it otherwise might not be able to do. So for example, there's this field of healthcare called music therapy, and they have a couple of really proven observations.
Somebody asks you to try something new, like a new activity or something that you think you might not be interested in, and you're a little reluctant or shy or fearful, do it anyway. When you meet new people and try new things, it leads to all sorts of pathways that you never imagined. You never know where new things can take you, and it will enrich your life. I think one of the most important things I have learned in life so far is summed up in 2 words: be curious. A curious person is one who notices things, pays attention to them, and wonders about them. Being curious means you have a mind open to learning new things. It means not just looking for an obvious answer, but wondering if there's more you need to know to really understand what's going on or why people think or act the way they do. And there's another great thing about being curious that I definitely know to be true. Being curious means you never have to be worried about being bored, because there's always something to be curious about.
Hi, I'm Duncan Isbister, grade 6 at Sunnyside Elementary School. I will be playing Maybe Tomorrow by Haggard Hardy.
Well, that looks like it was a fantastic program and lucky to be able to do it with technology. And definitely great to see all that music education going on, which is something our next guest would definitely be passionate about. Our feature interview today is with Hope Moen. She's been with the HRCE and HRA for many years. She's going to share some compositions and some advice with us and her love of the arts. And I introduce her more fully in the segment. So let's get started. So this is our segment with Hope Moen. Today we have Hope Moen with us. She is one of the storied educators here at HRA, Halifax Regional Arts. She was a music teacher for many years. She's still an organist for many years, and she's currently, I actually work with her with the vocal coaching group, one of the many online groups that Halifax Regional Arts has assembled during the pandemic to try and keep bringing opportunities to kids. And we're really glad to have her with us today, and she brought some compositions. We wanted to start by asking, how did you get started learning music?
Well, I got started learning music with my parents. They both were pianists, and they raised their 6 children with playing the piano. And then I decided I wanted to be a school music teacher, and I always composed with my kids. They would make up poems and tunes, and I always tried to encourage them. And I made up little booklets. I mean, this is going way back. This is Waverly Memorial, where I taught 14 years, and just all these beautiful songs that the kids made up. And then they draw pictures, and I put them together in every school I ever taught in. After that came Smoky Drive in Sackville. We made up a lovely book, lots of colorful songs that the kids made up. Look at that. Spring is here. I like to play in the spring. Grade 1.
So how did you get pulled into the church organ? Because, it's a pretty special instrument.
Well, with that piano background, you can really go on to organ. And I received a phone call from Valerie Campbell, who was then the music director at First Baptist Church, Dartmouth. She asked me if I'd like to come and play the organ. Well, actually, their organist was quite ill. I wasn't that good on the organ then, but I was willing to practice. And I just practiced a lot on several days a week and every Saturday. So I spent a lot of time, practicing and playing for the choir. I loved playing the organ, and I loved accompanying the choir and the soloists,
The compositions that we're going to hear tonight, do you want to tell us a little bit about those? You told me they came from a collection that you had done.
I wrote quite a few songs between 1985 and 1990. Okay, I just had a creative spurt then. And a lot of them were about animals. And so I had them taped professionally, Kurt Hahn, and I had a little tape. It was called Riding on the Ferry to PEI. And all the animals were on the ferry, because I loved going to PEI. That's where I was born, and my mom and dad retired there. So, and some of the animals, well, we had the giraffe, and he's up there, and the hippopotamus. And I had elephants. I love I must say, I love animals. So, and protecting them is so important. And for children to do that. So they're children's songs, basically.
So in the compilation of compositions that we'll hear tonight, we'll hear a few of them. In that, which one was your favorite?
I do like Herman Baby Hippo because it's very gentle. It's like a lullaby. Children could maybe go to sleep with that song.
And then, so I wanted to ask you, you've transitioned into online education as all the teachers in the province have. How have you found working online with the vocal coaching group that you direct?
Well, I really love doing vocal coaching, and a lot of it is because of you, Gus, because I don't have to worry about the technology. It's been a joy to hear those children too. We have some wonderful singers. There's only like 11 kids. Well, we had up to 15. But some of them, like I let them sing alone. If we get a song, now who would like to sing that alone? And the hands go up. And then the voices that we hear are truly inspiring. So it's not as good as the choir, but it's pretty good. The opportunity.
Yeah, and we're working on a virtual choir, which we'll get to see here next month. So that'll be nice to sort of showcase that a bit as well.
And Hope, we've heard so many beautiful things that you've shared just over a long, long, long legacy of teaching. You've certainly made a huge impact on so many students' lives. If there's something you've learned over the years that you'd want to pass on to young people now?
I would say, especially if you like the arts, go for it. You know, if you feel that you want to take lessons or just even learn on your own, do it. Because it's a great outlet in life. It's a hobby and it's an outlet emotionally and spiritually, physically. So follow your dreams.
How would you describe that music's impacted your life on a personal level?
All my life, you know, I've been able to play places and made a career out of teaching music in Nova Scotia. HRA and first of all, it was HRCE I was with for years in many schools. And it was just a career for me. It wasn't all easy, believe me. Oh, you're an entertainer, you know. But being around kids, I just really enjoyed that so much.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your music and for everything you do for the community and for HRA and the students.
You're welcome.
Body
thank you again to Hope Moen for joining us and sharing her songs with us. It's been great working with her this year. Working with her, you really see how much she really appreciates the children and is so complimentary to them whenever they sing. And you can see the kids, they're happy to come back every week, and it's lovely to see. And I'm glad I can facilitate the technology aspect of it and help out. We had a lot more footage with Hope that we couldn't cram into this show, so I'm pulling what I like to call a daily show. The adolescents and the adults might get that reference. We're going to have like an extended version of that interview show up on our channel next week. So, if you want to see when that drops, there should be like a subscribe button here. I've never done one of these, point the subscribe buttons out, but somewhere there's going to be a subscribe button to our channel. So definitely check that out. And of course, we've got our final show of the season coming up next month, which I believe Maria's going to talk a little bit more about here.
Yes, absolutely. So first of all, thank you so much to our wonderful students, our performers this night. Wonderful. Thank you so much for inspiring all of us as teachers. It's so wonderful hearing the things that you're creating, especially right now as this is not the end of the year that we all hoped. We all hoped we'd be back in person. So yes, we do have one more show. That is coming up in mid-June. So there's still time to submit. So that's all students and teachers. There's still time to submit anything, any arts that is happening in all of HRCE. We would love to hear it, to see it, to share it. So that's coming up in mid-June. As Gus said, there should be a link thing. There I go. I'm trying to. There should be a link to how to not subscribe. Well, subscribe too, but how to submit below. And thanks to Hope for that wonderful interview. Take care, everyone. I know Gus will give the final word, but in these next few weeks that we still have, when we're all learning online, keep doing the things that inspire you. Play outside, and know that your teachers really are here for you, and we care about you a lot. So, over to Gus.
Yeah, so we'll see you again in mid-June. If you're submitting something, just keep in mind you have to be logged into your GeneSPES. If you're a parent, your student has one of those, so just make sure you log into that before submitting. And we do have some stuff lined up already, but we're excited to get more and go out with a big final show of the year. And we hope you all have a great month, and we will see you soon. All right, this is HRA Virtual Kitchen Party signing off for tonight.